Good morning, Nuala O'Connor here, coming to you with some tapping this morning. Tapping, what can it do? Well, it's been clinically proven to reduce stress hormones in the body and to clear or calm the parts of the brain that trigger the stress response. And for most of this pandemic time, I have been tapping here on Facebook Live just to offer people the opportunity to retune our stress hormones to more positive thoughts, which will in turn sort of influence our emotional states and bring us to more calmer, peaceful, joyful, and maybe even happier states. Now you might think, how can I be happy at this time? You need to be happy at this time, because happy thoughts produce happy emotions, produce happy neurotransmitters, produce a healthy immune system. Now that doesn't mean you're jumping around the place and at somebody's misfortune. That's not what happiness is. True happiness is just that feeling of contentment and awareness within us that no matter what's going on without us, it's okay and we're okay. And that's all it's about. And as long as we believe we're okay, then our stress system will stay calm and our immune system will stay up, and we will stay that little bit healthier and happier and calmer. Why do we need to do that? Simply because there's two systems in our body. We have this brilliant immune system within us that can literally take anything that comes into our system, any toxin, any invader into our system, and literally wrap around it and clear it from our system. And that's when we get a cold or a flu. That's our body clearing away quite a heavy toxin out of our system, or a pathogen. But the difficulty is this other system that we have, this other equally fantastic system, the stress response, it functions and it has priority over the immune system. And that's because when humans first came into existence, we normally didn't have stresses around us. We had one major stress, and that was fear of attack. It wasn't just fear of attack for no reason. It's because we were humans way back in the time of caveman and cavewoman. We had real predators looking to take our lives, and they still exist out there, but not for most of us. That life or death major threat that happens once or twice in many, many months isn't there. But for some reason, we're triggering the stress response all the time. And that's because that system is the only system we have for dealing with the sense of overwhelm that we get. And it triggers like that, and it puts us into flight or fight mode. And what that does is take all the energy away from our immune system and away from being calm and rested and digesting, and puts it into our arms and our legs and our heart, and to pump the blood around our body with the oxygen for us to fly or fight. The thing is, when you watch the news, you could be triggering a stress response, because all the negativity, all the news about you must stay away and you mustn't get near this person, and we could trigger this off again, even though we've no cases, we could trigger this off again. That, and I'm not judging that, what I'm saying is that will trigger a stress response in you if you think and believe that you can't cope. And that's as simple as that. And once that's triggered, you literally can't cope, because your immune system has just been shut down. So we need to get ourselves into a state where our immune system is active and it's working, and it's working well. When our immune system then gets over aggressive because it has been shut down for too long, it actually then gets overindulgent, and we can end up with autoimmune diseases and a total autoimmune kickoff, where our immune system is not in our control and it's not working to its best or optimal ability. So overstress can cause that as well, because our immune system has not been working for such a long period of time because it's been overstressed. So what tapping can do? Well, literally, tapping has been clinically proven to reduce stress hormones in our body. I've said that already. And it's been proven because it's been used on war veterans who've come back from major wars and have had post-traumatic stress disorder. And it has been the key treatment for a lot of war veterans, the successful treatment for a lot of war veterans in a very short period of time. And it's taken away post-traumatic stress disorder. And I can also put my hand up to that, because back around the year 2000, thereabouts, I was assessed as having post-traumatic stress disorder along with a post-viral illness. And I didn't discover tapping at that time, unfortunately. So I did lots of other therapies, and while they helped, they didn't actually clear the post-traumatic stress disorder. I found tapping only 5 or 6 years ago, and I have to say it has really helped calm my whole stress hormones down. It has really helped me not trigger. Now, I do trigger a little bit the odd time, but that's because there's stress all around me. And what tapping helps me do, and it's what I tell you it does, it doesn't take stress away. Stress is always there. What it does, the situations are always there. What it does is prevent us from triggering the stress response. And that's what's key. And so I say it helps us ride the wave of stress rather than end up in the sea of stress with our head just about above the water. Think of the two images there that I've given you. Riding the wave of stress. I think of Hawaii 5-0 or something like that, and just it there and really confident. Or being in the sea of stress and just about keeping your head above water and your legs kicking like mad to keep you up there in your arms. I prefer riding the wave of stress. Even the image of it just totally changes the energy. So this morning, let's do a little bit of tapping to help us to ride that wave of stress. Yesterday morning, I tapped on keeping us in a state of gratitude for the day. And if you were doing that, I'd love to hear how that went for you. Were you able to stay that little bit more grateful through your day? Now we're going to tap something similar. We're going to do, though, a combination statement maybe a little bit this morning, but only for one round. And then the next 2 rounds are going to be totally focused on the positive. And I'd like it to be on focus, the ability to focus, because that's what we need. We need to be able to focus on the positive, that we choose, because it's a choice. Let's face it. We can choose at any time to be stressed. We don't realize it's a choice because it's our subconscious that's doing it automatically all the time. Or we can deliberately, consciously choose to calm that and to focus on the positive. So I'm just going to put my rings and my glasses off, and I've even the watch. We're ready for focusing now. So I'm going to put my 2 hands on my solar plex area. I hope you can see it there. Step up onto the mantelpiece there. Take a breath. And again, you can see the picture behind me of the woman at the well. And if you know the story of the woman at the well, it's a Christian story. And it's a discussion that goes on between Jesus and the woman at the well. And it's a whole discussion of who, I can draw water from the well. And Jesus saying, well, if you knew what I was offering you, you'd want the water from the well that I'm offering. And it's the whole thing of, we can let our ego run our lives. This is my take on it. Or we can step back and tune into the divinity, our spiritual and soulful side. We are human beings, and we tend to focus so much on the human doing side of things and not enough on the human being side of things. We are human beings, and I don't know about you, but I find when I tap into and connect into source, into the divinity within me and without me, I am totally able to ride the wave of stress. So let's tap in, and tapping can do that. Literally tap in. Tapping can help us do that, help us ride the wave of stress. So hands back on the solar plexus and just tap into your soul. Take 3 breaths. I truly am connected. I truly am connected. I truly am connected. I'm not sure about you, but for me that just absolutely brought me down first thing in the morning into a more connected state. I just feel that little bit calmer. I'm breathing that little bit deeper. And the world has become that little bit better. So tapping the karate chop point with the fingers clumped together. And let's use the phrase, even though there is so much going on in my head and in my life at the minute, right now I truly am connected. Switch over to the other side. Clump the fingers, tapping the karate chop point on the other side. Even though there is so much going on in my head and in the world, maybe even in your house with children at home, in your work, trying to juggle everything, I truly am connected. And you might even want to finish that sentence. Connected to source, connected to my inner knowing, connected to the divine, connected to the universal energy, whatever it is for you. Connected to calm, connected to peace, whatever it is for you. And then we're going 2 fingers like swords under the nose, 2 fingers on the crease of the chin, tapping. Even though there is so much going on in my world, I truly am connected. And switch those around. Even though there is so much going on in my world, in my house, in my mind, right now I truly am connected. And come up to 2 fingers just here, just on the bone, just beside the eye, but not in the eye. 2 fingers under the collarbone, tapping. Even though there is so much going on in my world right now, I truly am connected. Switch that around. Even though there is so much going on in my world, in my brain, in my life, right now I truly am connected. Slide these 2 fingers to the outer eye and the bone, and these 2 fingers go on the lower ribs, still on the front of the body. Remembering that this hand will always stay on this side of the body, and this hand will always stay on this side of the body. Even though there is so much going on in my world, in my life, in my head, in my work, right now, I truly am connected. Switch those over. Even though there is so much going on in my world, in my head, my memory, my family, right now, I truly am connected. Sliding these 2 fingers just in front of the ear. And in this hand, it's the little finger and the thumb, tip to tip. Even though there is so much going on in my world, in my life, my whole energy field, right now, I truly am connected. And switch that over. Even though there is so much going on in my world, in my life, right now, I truly am connected. Come up, upper right eyebrow, middle finger and thumb. Even though there is so much going on in my world, in my life, in my head, right now, I truly am connected. Switch it over. Even though there is so much going on in my world, in my life, in my head, right now, I truly am connected. Come under the eye, come under the arm, you're coming down halfway. Tapping, even though there is so much going on in my world, in my head, can't stop it. Right now, I truly am connected. Switch that over. Even though there is so much going on in my world right now, so much pain, so much confusion, so many different opinions. But right now, I truly am connected. And then come to the crease of the nose and the upper outer torso. Even though there is so much going on in my world right now, up to now, because right now, I truly am connected. And switch that over. Even though there is so much going on in my world, so much pain, so much confusion, so much noise maybe. Right now, I truly am connected. And then come under the nose, come to the crease of the chin. I truly am connected. Switch those around. I truly am connected. I truly am connected. Back to the karate chop point. I truly am connected. Oh. Feels good. Hopefully you find that your stress levels are coming down. You're feeling that little bit more connected, because what we're doing is we're retuning our vibrations, all our energy pathways, all our meridian energy pathways. We're retuning them to this phrase, to the positive side of this phrase. We're first acknowledging there's an even though. We're acknowledging and we're saying to our whole being, I get that you're stressed. I get all of this confusion. I get that it's triggering the stress response. Here's a new way. Let's retune to this new way. And we're not saying we're going to try to do it, because that's out there. We're deliberately doing it. We're saying a truly positive present tense statement. I truly am connected is what we're saying today. And that's literally what we're doing. We're connecting in. Well done. So let's go. Let's just say I truly am connected now. Let's really boost that energy up. And in order to do that, saying the words does it. But I want you to think as you're doing it, consciously think. And I know that's going to be difficult if you're new and you're using all the points, but follow me for the points. Think, consciously be aware of all that you're connected to the energy of the sun, connected to the energy of a beautiful day, connected to your children, connected to the universe, connected to God, connected to whatever it is for you. Feel, because the more you can conjure up what that positive sense of connected is, the greater the vibration that you're going to tune to. And then we're tapping that into our whole vibrational energy and rebalancing all our neurotransmitter energies, all our hormones, everything to this frequency of feeling connected. So let's go. I truly am connected. Tapping the karate chop point. Switching over. I truly am connected. Don't forget to breathe as well as we tap the points. I tend to forget to tell people to do that. I just do it automatically. But I know you're breathing. You wouldn't still be here. Under the nose, crease of the chin. I truly am connected. I truly am connected. Then come to the eye, under the collarbone. I truly am connected. Switch those over, inner eye, collarbone. I truly am connected. Outer eye, lower ribs. I truly am connected. And switch those over. I truly am connected. Slide to in front of the ear, little finger and thumb. I truly am connected. I truly am connected. Upper eyebrow, middle finger and thumb. I truly am connected. And switch that over. I truly am connected. Come under the eye, come under the arm. I truly am connected. Feel a great relief there, release of energy, something. I truly, switch that over. I truly am connected. Come to the crease of the nose, come to the outer torso. I truly am connected. And switch those over. I truly am connected. Under the eye, or sorry, under the nose, crease of the chin. I truly am connected. I'm so connected, I'm away from this now. Need to stay focused too. And then change it over. I truly am connected. and back to the karate chop point. And for the final round of 3 that I normally do, I'm going to focus on being connected to my breath, because that brings us, when we do actually focus on being connected to our breath, and sometimes I do that by literally just placing my hands on the solar plexus area, which is where I ask you to begin and end the tapping, and just breathing, just sitting in a chair and breathing, and let everything else float away out of my head and just breathe there. And that tends to bring me down and connect me right into breath. And to me, breath is spirit. That's what connects me with the spirit world as I breathe in and I breathe out. And I always believe that people who pass on from this world, who are connected to me, don't go anywhere. Their vibration just changes, and they transcend the human vibration and just go back into the spirit world, go back into the universal vibration of energy. And so they're as close as the breath I breathe. And so that's what I think of when I feel truly connected to my breath. So that's the last round. I truly am connected to my breath. And you can add whatever it is for you. I truly am connected to my breath, karate chop point. And then switch that over. I truly am connected to breath, to spirit, whatever it is for you. 2 fingers under the nose, 2 fingers on the crease of the chin. I truly am connected to breath, to spirit. And switch that over. I truly am connected to spirit, to breath. The release. If you sigh, if you're finding yourself yawning, crying, laughing, they're all signs that energy is releasing from your body. You're letting things go, which is a great thing. It's like burping. It's like the little bubbles of energy, trapped energy, just boop, 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 and going away. So come to the inner eye, under the collarbone. I truly am connected to spirit through my breath. And switch that over. I truly am connected to spirit through my breath. Regardless of what's going on in your world, this is your opportunity to tune your energy in now for the day. To being connected, focus it in on being connected to your breath, connected to spirit, connected to whatever gives you energy, whatever source you go to, whatever well you go to. Coming to the outer eye, lower ribs, but still on the front of the body. I truly am connected to breath, to spirit. Switch it over. I truly am connected to my source through my breath. That just feels really good. I can't hide that one. And I don't want to hide it. I feel really connected, connecting in, sliding out to in front of the ear, little finger and thumb. I truly am connected to breath, to source. Switch it over. I truly am connected through breath to source. That gives me a purpose for breathing. Every time I breathe, I'm connecting into my source now. I really feel it. I do it all the time. I just don't focus on it. I'm not conscious of it and probably don't then feel the vibration of it. We can take things for granted. Upper eyebrow, middle finger and thumb. I truly am connected through breath to source. And switch that over. I truly am connected through breath to source. Come under the eye, under the arm. I truly am connected to breath through source. And switch that over. I truly am connected to through breath to source. Then come to the crease of the nose and the upper outer torso. I truly am connected through breath to source. and switch it over. I truly am connected through breath to source. Under the nose, crease of the chin. I truly am connected through breath to source. And switch that over. I truly am connected through breath to source. And come back to the Karate Chop point. I truly am connected through breath to source. Whatever that source is for me and you, God, the divine, the universe, peace, joy, you're bubbling well of energy. You're connecting to that source. And then come back to the solar plexus area. Maybe just close your eyes for a second and take a breath or two and feel that connection. Feel your connection to source. It doesn't help you take away stress, but what it helps you do is change how you deal with stress. It helps you ride the wave, surf the wave of stress, rather than get stuck into it and end up just keeping your head above the sea of stress. And remembering that we are all interconnected. The whole universe, the whole energy, it all comes from the same source. And by being connected and by doing this tapping, we are sending out that vibration into the whole universe without even knowing we're doing it, because we're all interacted and interconnected and vibrating. My fingers just have to show it. That's what's happening. So into this vast, what we think is just thin air, it's not. It's just vibrational energy all around us. And by just doing what we've done, we've just retuned that energy. We've sent this retuning, this deeper connection out into that vibration. So well done. So every thought you think not only affects yourself, but it affects everything else. So think happy thoughts. If that isn't an incentive to think happy, positive, healing, balancing thoughts, I don't know what is. So if there's anybody in your life, any situation, anything that's taking you away from this connection to source, that's stressing you, that's causing you pain and heartbreak, I want you to take that, imagine it literally in your hands. Put them all in there, everything into your hands. Make a bowl with your hands. Take a breath in from the universe, connecting to source. And then as you breathe out, breathe into that hand, breathe into that bowl you've created with all of that energy in it. Any disharmony, dis-ease, stress that's going on for you, any heartache, heartbreak, put it all out there into your hands, into that bowl. Take the breath, and as you breathe out, be aware of just breathing from source, breathing that positive energy, that connection, right in and over all of the disharmony and dis-ease in your life. And retuning it. And reconnecting all of it to source and allowing source to retune it. Have a super day. Have a connected day. Connected to your source. Connected to your vibrancy. Connected to your happiness, your joy. All that brings you peace and joy and happiness and love. Because in that state and in that connectedness, you're letting your immune system work and be strong and grow strong and be healthier. And it'll work for you. And may all who cause you disharmony and disease also feel this deep connectedness and this peace and this harmony. And remember, you can create that bowl at any time, and you can breathe into that bowl all of that connected energy. You can connect to your source and breathe that energy into those people and send it to those people and those things and those situations. And allow Source, allow the Divine, allow God, allow whatever it is for you to heal and retune everything. Stay connected, stay tapping, share this with everyone, anyone that you feel could do with being connected. And let's get everybody as de-stressed, as calm, as peaceful, as connected to Source, because that does it. That absolutely does it. Stay positive, stay tapping, and I'll be back here hopefully if I wake up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Keep well, guys.